G'day, battlers, and we are here for some coverage of an Obsidian Cup tournament sweep. Do you know? I mean, I'm not sure whose run this is. Can you help me out, random stranger below me, please?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a bit smelly down here, but we're here. And yeah, g'day, Dr. Trotter. How's it going? Haven't hung around with you for a while, Steve. It's good to be here.
It's been a while since we've caught up. It was like Clash of the Champions stream, I think it was.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have to do a duo stream too. Check out soon on twitch.tv/Dr. Trotter, link in the description. Regardless, we are here for Dr. Trotter's run through the Arena Australis 1-day round Obsidian Cup tournament. Do you just kind of want to give us a quick little intro into what that actually is before we dive into the rest of the actual video?
Yeah, so obviously AA has a bunch of lobbies where groups sort of do these themed cups. There's one large lobby where everyone's free to join. And we've created this season lobbies where we're trying to just do 1-day rounds, tournaments. So it's been really interesting. It's been fun because they've been throwing in early in the month, so people get a really good chance to get an early tournament in, get a feel for the meta, get a feel for some things. And I mean, if you're lucky enough, you could get a sweep, and then you're like, well, maybe I'll just rank this and then be done for the month. Now, obviously, there's a lot of battlers out there who like to go for 7-round tournaments and things. But, you know, for some of us who aren't super concerned with that stuff, it's nice to just get a good one out of the way early. And that's what I've done. So, yeah, it's Obsidian Cup, and this is where we're at, Steve.
Yep, so you've ranked in the early rank gains, nice and looking pretty, sitting very high in the leaderboards as we go through the rest of the month before anyone else gets a chance to get the ranked tournaments in. I think you're number 2 in Australia at the moment.
Yeah, quick screenshot because I'll be about 20th by the end of the month, I'm sure.
But it's love of the game. But regardless, this video is going to be split into sort of 3 sections that you can skip to in the progress bar down below. First off, we're just going to dive into Dr. Trotter's team that's over there. Then we're going to jump into the battles, and then we'll sort of wrap it up at the end. So if you just want to skip talking about the team, you're like, I don't care about the team. I just want to see Dr. Trotter beat up some folks. Then you can skip straight there as well. But onto that team, I've got it over on the right-hand side. And I did note before that all 6 of these Pokemon that we're looking at can have different move sets. You can't guarantee that it's going to have this move or this move when you're running up against this team. So, Dr. Trotter, can you give us a little bit of a recap of how this team all smushed together and give us the move sets as we go through?
Yeah, so I really wanted to play Fortress. So Fortress was like my first pick. I'm like, I've got to get a feel for it. I haven't played Fortress for a long time. So yeah, I wanted to get a feel for it in this meta. Went through the rest of the meta, and I'm like, well, Sableye, right? If there's psychics, Sableye and just generalists, so good. So with Sableye, and Escav's just an absolute punching phenomenon. From there, obviously Dragalge is probably the number 1 dragon pick, and it's something I've played a lot with. So I really wanted to pull away from the Dragalge because I thought there could be a lot of people who'd be running sort of psychic as counters for the Dragalge. So that's why I'm with Dragonair, and it's a beast, as we'll find out. Then as well, I wanted to play DD. Really wanted to see how having 2 counter users in a team would go. And I was nervous because there's so many dark Pokemon and there's so many ghost Pokemon as well. It felt really risky. So I'm like, well, it's a fun tournament. We'll see how it goes. We'll throw it in there. And I was tossing up for ages between Cofagrigus or Umbreon. And I was like, well, Umbreon's going to be good against a Sableye, so I should use it. But I'm like, well, Cofagrigus probably has a little bit more nuke power with those Shadow Balls. So I went with Cofagrigus, and quite oddly, I also went with the Psychic on Cofagrigus. So it's like, well, there might be a chance where I can get a Psychic nuke off onto a Dragalge, and then I'm just so much more comfortable. But in the end, realistically, Shadow Ball Dark Pulse actually does just as good, if not better. Just the damage output of Shadow Claws is enough to really put on the pressure. So I went with DD with Rock Throw. I didn't think many people would be playing Waters. And as I'm playing now, I'm finding there's a lot of people who are throwing out Water Pokemon. So yeah, Rock Throw with Psycho Boost, obviously. Psycho Boost, that psychic damage for the Dragalges. And just it gets out there so fast. Dragonair is just the standard Aqua Tail Dragon Pulse. It's not a purified, so it doesn't have return. And everything is just the PV Poke moveset. So return Sableye, Fortress with Earthquake, Mirror Shot, and Escav has counter Draw Run, and Megahorn.
Yeah, and that
And
Sableye
that's the
was
team.
a recent build up from you, wasn't it? From
Oh, I think I had it through about halfway through last GBL season now.
okay.
But it's a very highly ranked for purified. I think it's ranked 5 out of the purified Sableyes. So
Ooh.
it's a good one. It's a good one.
And at the 1500 looks pretty schmicko as well anyway. But with that beautiful intro from Dr. Trotter, we can jump into the battles here now. I'm going to be carrying most of the casting. Dr. Trotter's bit busy. He's watching sports in the background. He's not paying attention. Also, maybe wants to take a back seat when it comes to casting his own battles. But he'll be here to give us some little hints as we sort of go through, get an idea about what was going on in the head of the Queenslander. But with that, we can jump in. Oh, actually, I should probably bring the team up first. That's probably a pretty important part. We can bring up Pokemon 12 Masters team with the Obstagoon, Wobbuffet, Deoxys, Trash Wormadam, Dragalge, Alolan Graveler. And you mentioned Psychic before, and Psychic is definitely here. Might be pretty happy with not bringing Dragalge against this particular team, hey?
Well, yes and no, because Dragalge still has. It's awesome against Obstagoon, and it's great against Alolan Graveler. It's going to resist the counters from Wobbuffet. Mirror Shot's not going to do that much either. It's going to take forever to get through the battle, but it's nice having Dragonair though. It kind of just puts Wormadam just gets pushed to the bench, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll jump into it, take a look at what we've got. It's slightly sped up here. We've got the Dragonair into the Alolan Graveler, which is a pretty decent spot for Dragonair. Dragonair's only going to lose if the Stone Edge comes through. If you shield the Stone Edge successfully, or if they never go for it, then Dragonair's able to win that one just straight Aqua Tail. All good. I get the first shield, so they're not just going to go for the 0 shield win. No shield from Dr. Trotter. He's confident that's a rock. Oh, it is the Stone Edge though. That is a lot of damage, and that pretty much. Oh, wait, whoa! Able to get an extra Aqua Tail in that would take out Graveler. That you've just taken 2 shields. That is definitely
Felt good, man. Felt good.
That's definitely not how PV Poke tells the story, but that is also why you can't purely trust the simulations, and IVs are a factor as well. But Agrav coming in comes Dr. T's Escavalier, really just throwing that thing away, going out and hiding. In comes Trash Wormadam, which is still going to take a fair bit of neutral damage from these drill runs. It's still pretty hurtful. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of lag there, but I don't think it really mattered anyway. Duran going to take this Wormadam out. We'll see if they bring Alolan Graveler back in, or if they bring in whatever their third mon is. I feel like you can't bring Alolan Graveler out. Oh, it's the Defense Deoxys. It is going to outpace before Escavalier can get to a Megahorn. So probably burning the shield here. But I mean, you also got Sableye in the background. So this is GG's. There's nothing that Pokemon 12 Master can do. Really nice catch, though, for Megahorn. But I don't think it actually changes anything, because there's still a Sableye here. And it's Deoxys. So Pokemon 12 Master might have had a big like rush of hope. Like, oh, I've got a chance here. I made the catch. And then it's Sableye in the back.
It was a nice catch. I'll give massive credit there. I was like, this game's over. I could have swapped earlier into Sableye, and I didn't. But yeah, nice catch, Pokemon Master. That was really sweet.
If only it was not Sableye in the back. But either way, Escavalier into Dragalge in game 2. This is also sort of a matchup that can go both ways. Drill Run super effective. Aqua Tail adds up a big lot of damage. I think Escavalier tends to win the 1 shield, and then Dragalge can push it to the 2 shield and win. Swapping into Wobbuffet, which is an interesting swap. Maybe they were trying to catch the Drill Run. Go for another really fancy catch, but it just means the Megahorn goes through, does a fair bit of damage, and Sableye does not care about this Wobbuffet at all. Return and Mirror Coat, both resisted. So now we just wait for the Shadow Claw down, right?
Yeah.
So
look that energy. We're like Jiggly Dad levels of energy here.
2 million stored up. You can throw the charge moves. It is allowed. We've got the Foul Play, throwing at that Dragalge, just unloading the energy at this point. Oh man, Dr. Trotter, what is with this Australian internet? Free Shadow Claw gets the Power Play. Oh, okay. And now we're both staying still.
Now I stop tapping
Okay.
here and look at my health.
Okay.
Look at that health.
That was a couple Dragon Tails.
Yeah.
Hard. I would have to go back and count to see where that sort of ended up on the even scale. I feel like they might have got a little bit of an advantage there, maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried by this point though.
Yeah. That goes, and it's Deoxys in the back again. And look at your line of three. You've got Sableye here. I get a mention in the message.
Hey.
Escavalier, Thunderous Down Under hype. Yes, Escavalier has Megahorn, but you've got Cofagrigus. Oh, come in. Are we trying to hide the back mon here?
Yeah. The thing was just if I don't have to show the third Pokemon, then it less information. So
Yeah.
why not?
Because you didn't bring Cofagrigus in game one, so it's complete mystery.
Which doesn't really matter though, because we won the first two, so it's kind of a bit silly, but
Hey, round one. There's still, there's rank to be gained by winning all three. So, and Escavalier into Obstagoon. Brilliant start, doing double super effective damage. In comes the Wobbuffet, and here's the Cofagrigus reveal. And this is similarly absolutely sucky for the Wobbuffet. And he's doing nothing with Mirror Coat. Actually, wait, is it? That didn't say not very effective. Is that neutral?
it is. Ghost does not resist Psychic, so
I've been living a lie, Dr. T. I really thought it was resisted. Man.
unfortunately not. It would have been nice, but I think with the Obstagoon in the back, at least Sableye could throw a return if things go badly. This thing can't do anything with Psychic and Shadow Ball, as you'll find out right now.
I mean, you've got a 1 in 10 chance of getting the defense debuff. Didn't get it that time, and it's defense debuff, right?
It's defense debuff, yeah.
No. Number 2, reel him in. Nope. And
Number 3.
I mean, that Obstagoon is getting relatively low, just up against the Cofagrigus, but it does have a ton of energy. Forced to throw the charge move, though, because counter was doing nothing, which is nice. In comes Escavalier, in comes Deoxys, in comes Sableye, and Pokemon 12 Master. Dr. Trotter, you just seem to be putting the hard counters in all of the right spots.
Yeah, I really felt the Obstagoon lead was coming out, and so it was risky running both ghosts with the Obstagoon potential, but we nailed it. We got there.
Yeah, pretty much just lined up as perfectly as it could have been. There's the shield on the Psycho Boost, just for extra pain. I guess Psycho Boost is less energy if you're trying to get to multiple charge moves. But yeah, down it goes. Here's Obstagoon. We're going for the return. To get to the return, they've still got a shield, but it's pretty much. Oh, I mean, they could. Oh, you've still got a shield. They can't pull it out. He can tank, even not shielding.
Steve.
Oh, no! The BM backfires. And the simultaneous KO.
So I actually expected it to be the Hyper Beam. I just didn't quite expect it to do that much damage.
Oh no!
But it's fine. It's fine. It's all fun.
Look, Randy's already won.
You got to respect, man. If someone's willing to throw a Hail Mary beam, you got to respect it, man.
It's just giving them what they deserve. That is awesome, though. And here comes the Fortress, finally making an appearance. Swapping out to Sableye now. Again, Sableye just going to soak up all of this energy. Even it would probably soak up a Hyper Beam a little bit better as well. But we can see that Pokemon Master running that Thunderbolt variant. So they've got Thunderbolt Psycho Boost, which is a little interesting. I guess there isn't a lot that Rock Slide's hitting for super effective, but I mean Psycho Boost obviously coming with that attack debuff. It's a little bit hecky. But well, Thunderbolt's got its place as well. You just don't happen to have any waters on your team. But
yeah. I mean, I think Rock Slide is good because it hits those steel bugs for neutral still.
Yeah.
And it's a bit quicker than getting to a Thunderbolt, so...
Yeah, I do like the quick factor of it. But Escavalier comes in. Are we panic shielding a potential Hyper Beam? We are shielding, and it's not the Hyper Beam.
Gotta respect the beam, buddy.
Look, here's the shield I should have given you last game.
Yeah, basically.
Gonna let that come through. Deoxys still exists. Kind of assuming that it comes on. Good to see Dragalge come out. Okay, we've got the energy stored up, so if we can land this Earthquake, it would be very nice. So, Pokemon 12 Master, do not shield. That is in fact a shield. Have you got energy on the Escavalier? Is there potential for a drill run? Ooh, okay. Still got a shield though.
Do still have a shield.
So, gonna get this off. Oh no. Oh, the back-to-back. Really nice. Is that just...
That takes me out.
And going into game 4, that game 3 looked really nice for Dr. Trotter. Really close there, but the Hyper Beam clinching it out, pushing it to a game 4 and getting getting the 2-1 with a win in Pokemon Masters Corner. That Hyper Beam's just awesome.
I got wrecked, man. I got wrecked.
Yep.
What can you say?
Hashtag get beamed. But it looks like we're jumping straight into game 2, which is going to be up against a Dank Brode himself, running a very similar team with the Scavalier, Sableye. We're running Kanto Ninetales, Dragalge coming in, Cresselia as another Psychic type, and Fortress. 2 Fortress users in the one matchup. This is crazy. Is Fortress good in Obsidian Cup? That is the big
This
question.
is where Speedy just has a single tear running down his cheek. He's so proud.
It's like, I've left my mark on Pokemon Go. I've done it. You've done well, mate. But
So this is a Townsville
ooh.
battle. 2 Townsvillians.
So you went up, knocked on his front door, and said, "Fight me." Demanded it happen on the spot. He was caught off guard. You can see it's night in the background. It was 9:30 p.m.
It was not.
And the battle took place first with fisticuffs, and then on the Pokemon battlefield. We keep the fisticuffs result offline though.
Yeah.
Don't share.
It was. We were using those Hulk gloves.
the ones that make sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of liking Dragonair here a little bit again, but is there anything that's standing out to you before we jump in? Because you might have.
I mean, Ninetales is actually a bit of a pain to deal with. It does reasonably well against DD, Sableye, Cofagrigus. Obviously destroys Fortress and Escav. So yeah, unless you can get some shields, and then Escavalier obviously draw runs night.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ninetales is a bit of a pain, but it makes it a very RPS sort of situation. So
Sure.
you do need to be careful if Ninetales is something you're looking at battling with.
Yeah, and I mean Dragonair having Aqua Tail is nice, but you're sort of relying on it a little bit. But with that said, we'll jump into round 2 of the Arena Astralis One Day Obsidian Cup with the Dragonair versus Dragalge. It's Majin Sage versus Majin Sage coming in. Just gonna let this one go. It is just an Aqua Tail, which you can tank. And then, are we going for the Dragon Pulse? Not gonna get there. Barely hanging on before this Aqua Tail goes off though. And I think that does take it out, and they're going to let it go. Wow, Dragonair. Is that the second 1 HP in a dream that Dragonair's been hanging on to so far? What are your IVs, Dr. Trotter?
Are you not believing, Steve? That's all I hear. You're not believing in the Dragonair. Believe, brother. Just believe. Wait. The Dragonair hype's not over yet.
Okay. It's going to keep on coming. We'll let it roll. We'll put it in our back pocket. We'll see some more Dragonair later on. But Fortress getting the Mirror Shot attack debuff onto the Sableye. Shield up, going to be able to get another Mirror Shot here, which would take out the Sableye alongside. Oh no, we're going to see the swap out. Here comes the Shiny Flex Ninetales. That's even cooler. This is even more dangerous for you, Dr. Trotter.
It's so dangerous.
This is awful. But very nice to have Sableye here. This is where you'd like to not have a return Sableye, and Power Gem might be nice. Just for that super effective damage. Foul plays still.
Yeah, at this point, like even we can't outpace this thing. We can't catch because we swapped out. It's a hard spot to be in down a shield.
Yeah, not going to be able to get to that second foul play at all. So we're going to see that Weather Ball come through after this, presumably burning a shield, unless Dank's got some other fancy strategies hold up. But yeah, this is going to take Sableye out. Fortress is going to come in, and it is not going to last very long up against the Fire type. Does get a Mirror Shot. This doesn't take it out though. No. Nice try. Even the attack debuff but not going to be enough for a bug steal. We're jumping in for game 2. We've got Sableye into Dragalge, which is not an awesome spot for Sableye because you can just see that Dragon Tail is adding up so significantly. Does get the foul plays off pretty quick, but the Aqua Tails come pretty quick back as well. That foul play actually does more than I expected it to, though. So that's actually heaps. That's actually really hurtful. Maybe I should have given Sableye a little bit more credit in that matchup. But we see the mirror swap into Sableye. Dank gets his off first. Deciding to burn the shield here, wants to get his own foul play off. Not that it's going to take Sableye out or anything, but it will bring it down. Ooh, Gath actually gets the mirror shield. So I guess we see the swap out into Dragonair. Going to get to this Aqua Tail before the foul play comes through. Dr. Shredder phasing in and out of existence. I collectively apologise that Australia just hasn't figured out what an internet is yet. We might get there in a decade. But Dragonair takes the Sableye out. In comes the Dragalge. Gonna not survive on 1 HP in a dream this time. Dragonair is false. This is false profit. But down it goes. In comes Cofagrigus. In comes the Ninetales. A little bit better this time, seeing as there is no bug steal in sight. And gonna get this Psychic off. 1 in 10 debuff chance. No debuff this time. Dr. Trotter. Oh my gosh, they're battling now. This is crazy. But gets the shielding up the Weather Ball. Do we see a catch? Catch, and we see the catch onto Sableye. Nasty done. But
we did it. We done did it.
I think you're probably pretty fine even without said catch, because that's that Shadow Ball, all you need, and that is GG's on game 2 there. Also, I didn't even comment on you rocking the legend pose. Very, very nicely done. Game 3, Cofagrigus into the fortress. See, he does have the shiny flex here going on, so you're kind of getting outclassed at every step. This is a little bit embarrassing for you, I think. But it goes for the Shadow Ball. Just Shadow Claw. Nothing that Fortress has is going to one-hit KO, I don't think. Even Earthquake would be fine. Is the Earthquake. Would still do a chunk of damage, so nice to keep Cofagrigus alive. Up against Sableye, not the greatest spot. Shadow Ball still going to do heaps because it is a nuke. You still get same type attack bonus, but it is only neutral to Sableye because of the dark typing. And then, just going to let it go here. Bye, Cofagrigus. Have a good day. And it's back to the Sableye mirror. You guys just love playing with your Sableye. It's like little smashing them together like G.I. Joes. Someone will eventually come out on top. First foul play goes through. Will this foul play go through? I'm going to guess yes. I'm so intelligent. This is crazy. How did I predict this?
You're a killer, Steve.
Yeah, but Dragonair coming in. In comes the Escavalier, which it's a little bit of an interesting spot because they do both get to their charge moves pretty quick. That Escavalier got a little bit of an energy advantage. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out. Aqua Tail goes through, gets the shield.
Dragonair actually had a little energy advantage on the Fortress beforehand, so we do outpace it.
Yeah, gets the Aqua Tail. And that's not going to quite take it out, but you've still got a couple more Dragon Breaths take it out. And there's the Fortress closing it off as well and taking out Dank Road in round 2 as well. So on a roll and going into round 3. I'm seeing a few Pokemon that line up again. I've got Deoxys on both, Cofagrigus on both, Fortress on both again, and running the Ninetales again. So have to be a little bit scared this time. But one new face to the scene. Well, there's 2 new faces as well as exists, but I'm not giving that much attention. Walrein is on the scene. Walrein, I mean, what are your sort of thoughts on Walrein Obsidian Cup? It's a little bit of a core breaker.
It's a hard counter to Dragalge. It's like one of the only Dragalge counters that wins in the 0, 1, and 2 shield scenarios. So it doesn't like win with then like 2 HP left. Like it comes out in front with either energy or HP, whatever you choose to do with your shields. But the downside is, right, if there's counter users and Dragalgis, and like it can again with Walrein and Ninetales, like Escavalier, where we're talking RPS potentially. But you don't. I guess you don't have to use it that way, right? So it's still going to be reasonably neutral against everything that's not steel Walrein, so it can do work wherever you need it to. And then the steels have to be worried about the earthquake. So
Yeah,
it's got play. But counter users are just going to eat it for breakfast.
yeah. And when Achilles Hero has to come up a team with 2 counter users and no Dragalge, it puts him in a maybe not the spot he was hoping to get into going into round 3. But either way, we'll jump into it. Jumping in, we've got the Escavalier into Cofagrigus. So this is not great because counter, not going to do much. Instant swap, get out of there into Sableye, running the double ghost in the back again. So pretty, I guess it's a little bit of an ABB sort of situation. You can sort of afford to swap into this Sableye. Shield the Shadow Ball, in comes the Walrein. So here we go. I guess has to use it at some point. That Foul Play, Walrein is actually a little bit tankier than it sometimes gets credit for. It can tank some hits. It's going to need another Foul Play plus more Shadow Claws to take this thing out, which it could potentially, it could get here. I don't think his Foul Play is enough, and then you need a few too many Shadow Claws, I think. I think we're going to see an Icicle. Yeah. Going to see the charge move through. Do we shield? No shield. Get the energy advantage. On Escavalier. Cofagrigus still exists, which is pretty scary for Escavalier, but I guess... Oh, okay. Going for instant swap. Get out of here. Shoo. Cofagrigus, Mirror. Coming in. Went for the Psychic, but didn't get it off first. So burning the shield. Are we hoping for a defense debuff here?
Yeah, the hope was to get the defense debuff and potentially be able to fast move it down.
But yeah, no defense debuff there. And you have to be confident that it is going to work as well, because it is the same amount of energy. So if they decided to not shield for some odd reason, it just wouldn't have taken it out. But either way, Escavalier actually getting a little bit of energy there, but there is still a shield on Achilles Hero side. So that's just get it, gets out of there, Gonski, and we're moving into game 2, whenever that might play. Oh. what
I forgot. I forgot that you have to wait for the move to go through.
Well. We've got the Dragonair into Cofagrigus. Anyway, Dr. Trotter down 1 game, needs to win both of these next 2. Just going for that Aqua Tail spam. This is a lot nicer of a position than in that last game where Cofagrigus was just sort of running a little bit of a muck. Well, a little bit of a muck. I sure hope not. That would suck. But Dragon Breathing, Dragon Breath all the way down. Has a lot of energy here. What? Oh, okay. Aqua Tail into the Walrein. Pretty much just an energy sink at this point. That's going to do like nothing. Dragon Breath not going to do anything. Down it goes. Walrein just has a little bit of energy. But Dr. Trotter has brought a counter user here.
Yeah, we brought this in to be a counter user that wouldn't lose to Ninetales. But unfortunately, did you see what happened there, Steve?
There was a little bit of lag. Oh, lag again.
Yeah.
Oh, this Australian internet.
Again, I stopped tapping because of the lag.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's like Cofagrigus in the back, maybe. It seems like Achilles Hero is in a pretty rough spot in this matchup in particular. Burning the shield there, I mean, probably would have been able to get to this charge move before you got to that Psycho boost. So maybe they wouldn't have shielded. But catch on to Sableye. Was that even necessary? Just rude.
Super necessary.
Sableye in the back. I'm just going to go for the Foul Play. This is going to bring Ninetales down to about half-ish. And then here comes the charge move. Sneaking in a Shadow Claw as well. This guy.
But, I mean, if you die, the Shadow Claw doesn't do anything. So, but we don't. And you can see the lag there. There's lots of lag. And again, I paused a little bit to try and make it as even as possible.
Yeah.
But and then 2 free counters there. So this was a match where I feel, regardless of the lag, I think I still had the better matchup to win.
I think you're right.
But we agreed to, I said, if he wants a replay, I'm fine with that. So we will be, unfortunately or fortunately, replaying same teams
All right,
and in we go again.
let's go. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. We've got Dragonair into Cofagrigus. Uh, Aqua Tail again. We saw this play out before, and Dragonair did end up coming out eventually. We ended up seeing a Walrein into Dragonair. I guess knowing that it's the same teams, Achilles Hero knows that there is a counter user in the back to counter the Walrein. Interesting that they've swapped in Ninetales here when they know that there's going to be Aqua Tails. I guess using up the Ninetales against a Pokemon Dragonair that, like, I guess Achilles Hero didn't have like a... Oh, I did have Walrein. I'm not sure what the strategy is here. Have you guys
the strategy is to draw out the DD to then be able to use the Cofagrigus to take out the DD.
Yeah. And then save.
But not wanting to go down no shields, because no shields with a Sableye, it's a bit oof.
Yeah, but you've got yourself into a pretty good spot regardless. Going to be able to tank this even Shadow Ball. It is just a Dark Pulse though, so a little bit less. In comes the Walrein. Not swapping out. Actually going to go for the Foul Play first. Instead of just
try and get a bit of a lead, right?
Sure. I mean, I guess Walrein's only going to get to 1 Earthquake or maybe 2 Icicle Spears now, I suppose.
No, it'll get to a lot. There was a lot of extra energy there. And I was so upset with that CMP tie. It hurt me so much.
Oh, and it is the Earthquake too. That's ouch. An attack debuff for nothing. You've gained nothing here. You've thrown energy away. Here comes Cofagrigus, and it's not like a defense debuff where it's a good thing and you're going to get your Deoxys out of there faster. It's just going to be a slow... Does still get the shield out of Cofagrigus. Sableye still has a shield, and you've got energy on Sableye. So, yeah, as long as Cofagrigus doesn't have enough energy for 2. So, unless I'm very dumb, yeah, we're all good.
No, they were close. They were probably only about 2 Shadow Claws off, I think, from my count. Hard to see with this pace, though.
Yeah, sure. Who sped this video up anyway? Ridiculous. But it does mean that we're going into Game 3, sort of Game 4 at 1-1, and we have Defense Deoxys into that Bug-type Fortress. Not great, but as you said before, I mean, Rock Slide still able to get some neutral damage on, still able to do something up against it, and it's not like Fortress is likely to be running any Bug charge moves, so it's not like it's going to have big super effective damage on that front. We'll see what it goes for. Yeah, Mirror Shot. Going to do pretty much nothing. There's the swap out into Cofagrigus. We've got Sableye hanging out in the back again. As we saw before, it's going to be able to tank 1 move if he so chooses. But no, George Trotter's like, hey, I like my Sableye. I want to keep it around a little bit longer. Maybe get 2 Foul Plays off. Going before the next charge move. And still with half a Foul Play in the bank as well. For whatever comes in here, which, I mean, it could be Fortress. Because it'll still be able to have some play here. Is the Fortress. And yeah, this is kind of fine. Because this is not going to take out the Sableye. Going to be able to get a Foul Play. Over farming again. Nice counting. Making sure that that Fortress can't get another charge move. We don't want to repeat of the CMP tie in that last game. Swapping out into the Deoxys. Catching the move here. Presumably Mirror Shot again, which is still going to do pretty much nothing. But going to burn the shield. Was that a thought that it might be an Earthquake or just wanting to keep Deoxys all around?
Yeah, it was more just I'm annoyed that when we swapped in, we were trying to, snipe with the charge move and we got an overtap. So that was the main whoopsies.
Yeah, fair enough. But you are in a pretty good spot here regardless, as well as on pretty low health. Dragonair on full health here. Not quite able to get a catch going because the switch timer isn't up yet. But this is just a Dark Pulse. Going to be able to tank it fine. Unless he had some big old Dragon charge move, Dragonair was going to live. And there's a little bit of health on the Fortress, but able to take it out and clinching out around 3 with a 2-1 up against Achilles Hero, even with a rematch. Which does mean that we are going to be going into the finals up against the one, the only Rocket Claire, Dadcat 012. Man, there's images all over the shop. Who's doing this? We've got Rocket Claire's team up here with the Dragalge, Umbreon, Sableye, Fortress, Defense Deoxys, and Cofagrigus. And now there is a dealio with the battles that we are about to see. Do you want to fill us in on the gaps that may surround us?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not record the first two battles, which is real sad. We were streaming. I was streaming at the time when we did the battles, and my opponent preferred not to have the battle streamed, which is perfectly acceptable and perfectly fine. So I did the battles on stream, but without my phone being on the stream, and just talked people through it. The viewer count went way down. But I forgot to press record on my mirroring software until game 3. So let's just say the winner of game 3 wins this tournament.
All right,
This is the final. We're both 3-0, so this is for everything, right?
This is for the 4-0 sweep. This isn't a case of Dr. Trotter just defending the throne. This is a case of someone is coming with the crown. It's going to be one of these two famous Australian battlers. But we'll jump into it. As soon as Dr. Trotter stops flexing that legend pose. Like, yeah, we get it. You did very well in the last Go Battle League season. Going to be seeing
in Johto. Johto only.
The most competitive of cups. Everyone so says.
There's a lot of walking here.
Yeah, you must.
Steve, you should have edited these videos.
No editing ever. This is low production only. But in the final battle of the video, we've got Defense Deoxys into that Dragalge, and this is definitely where you like to have the Psycho Boost. See us swap out into Umbreon, maybe trying to catch a Psycho Boost, maybe just try to getting out of dodge, knowing that Umbreon can tank it all a little bit better. But you've brought double counter user this time, which means that Umbreon isn't really, really isn't out of dodge. Still, Escavalier is like it still takes a lot of damage from Foul Play. It's on the squishier side. So it does have to burn the shield there. At this point, you can just go for drill runs, even though Mega Horn is the big, super effective move. We'll see if Rocket Claire decides to shield. There is one shield. Could go for the Mega Horn now. Because is drill run enough here? Or is it just short? Just short. Yeah. So have to shield if you want to counter down. Not going to shield. Going to let Escavalier go. Get a little bit of energy again on Defense Deoxys. And has an answer for Dragalge no matter where it lands. Even if it was, if they brought in something else like they've done here. Still got Dragonair in the back. But Sableye isn't awesome for Defense Deoxys, as we've seen a few times. Usually the other way around in the last couple rounds. But still able to get a big chunk of damage off with those two rock slides. Swaps into Dragonair. At this point, this is, again, just going to be an Aqua Tail, I think. Oh, it is the Outrage. Oh, my gosh. Nice shield. But not quite going to get the Dragon Breath down. So going for the Aqua Tail, this will seal the deal. And then there's that little bit of Sableye in the back, still with the shield as well. Burning the shield with this Aqua Tail, or at least that's the hope. And then Defense Deoxys in the back needs to get to a charge move. Ooh, so close. Actually, one counter would do it. As long as this charge move doesn't KO, which I don't think a Foul Play KOs from here, one counter is all you need, and a clutch finish from Dr. Trotter, taking out the tournament. Oh my gosh.
It was actually 2 counters, so visually, I didn't get the counter in when DD came in with the charge move, but if you slow that down to normal time, you see it applies it afterwards, and then I got 1 counter. So I actually needed 2 counters to win, and I would have lost, I think, if I would have died to 2 Shadow Claws. Yeah. So without that, I don't want to say sneak in because it's supposed to be a turn applied when they throw a charge move. Yeah. But yeah, I thought I'd lost that game 100%. As soon as Sableye was up on the DD, I was like, oh, this is not good.
But no, Dr. Trotter, just too good. Number 2 in Australia. Able to previous number 1 in the entire world on the Silver Arena leaderboards. I mean,
that's right.
This is such a star-studded stream. We have the previous number 1 and number 2 from the entire world. This is high level stuff in this video. So don't forget to like and subscribe because there's just so much pogo brain here. But with that said, I mean that sort of does bring us to the end of the battles. I mean, quick rack up. What was what's your sort of takeaways from this very early Obsidian Cup tournament? What are you sort of liking? What gets that MVP crown from the tournament?
Oh, well, I mean, Dragonair has to get the MVP crown. Like, it's just got that little bit more bulk, and it just does so well. Like, it beats Dragalge in those even shields. It just does a little bit more damage and takes a little bit less. Yeah, it was really nice in this cup. I was really happy I had the Dragonair. I mean, Sableye, just a mega beast. I think Sableye and Escavalier, you're going to see them on every team. Like, they're just going to be very popular Pokemon. But there's plenty of things that can break cores. There's plenty of things that are very interesting. I'm noticing so far really spammy Pokemon like Politoed, which you think, oh yeah, beats the Steels, but it gets walled by you dragons. Like it sucks so much because if you're Dragalge, if you shield a Weather Ball, Earthquake's coming to get you. It's coming to get you, right? So it's probably one of the Pokemon that I'm gonna be looking into next. Yeah, water has some really great play. There's some really good water Pokemon. They're really underrated. Samurott, Politoed, a little bit of spicy here for those in the not in the know. Milotic, really nice. There's some good Pokemon out there that's just going to break everything up a little bit because it felt like it was a little bit of a psychic, dark, ghost, bug kind of with a dragon here or there. But there's going to be plenty of things. And then, you throw your electric Pokemon in there, like hard counters to the water. And you're like, oh, all of a sudden Ninetales becomes a little bit scarier. And yeah, it's just a really interesting mix mash. But yeah, I just see Sableye. Sableye is going to be there. It's so good. It's too good of a Pokemon to not be there. But there's counters to it, right? So there's the, Umbreon hard counter. Yeah, nasty.
Yeah, can definitely get a little bit rough, but I do think I think Milotic does need to get a bit of respect. I have looked at a couple of tournaments that have finished up where Milotic has performed pretty well. So that's certainly a Pokemon that I'm going to be trying. But we'll see how we go. We've still got a couple of weeks left in the month. So plenty of time to get in, build some more Obsidian Cup teams and get in on the tournament. Again, in the description, go follow this champion of the Obsidian Cup
easy.
over on twitch.tv/Dr. Trotter. Follow, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Yeah, that's kind of it.
I love you, Steve. You're one of a kind. I cannot wait for the Pokemon Play tournaments. Even if I get knocked out first round, it's going to be a blast catching up with everyone. Stay away, COVID.
You'd better not. No one bring that on. This isn't cool. But please go ahead. I'd like Melbourne to go ahead.
Good luck to those in Liverpool.
Yeah, good luck for that first tournament in the world. We'll see how we go. Good luck. That's about all.
Good luck.
Yes, sir. And with that, we're out of here. Bye.